Welcome, ladies and gents. Well, today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to introduce you to another program, Magicavoxel. You may or may not have seen this one before, but if you thought his pixel art was good and you enjoy the whole Minecraft aesthetic, we're going to do some voxel art. Now these here are ones that I've already made. But we won't do this. What we'll do is we'll start completely from scratch with a, let's go 32 by 32. No, I don't want it to be swamp dandelion, so let's get rid of that. This again is another thing that I've made. It's another palette. You just import using that button there. You can use any palette you want to. And I know, let's make a nice little tree stump. Something fairly simple. So what you would do here, if you want it centered, let's knock that down to 8. And press these two buttons here so you can see where the center of it is. And click on all and all that's back. So let's just get this part done for a start, and then we press erase and we can start now to actually form the circle. It's very, very useful to be using this grid as a guide. Trust me, it helps loads. So I will show you today how we are going to do a tree stump. Oh, I took off one too many there. Never mind. Let's go back to the erase function. And now if you want to extrude this, you would use this. But if you want it to look like a log all the way through, it's, you know, some people may. We should actually put some colour on this right away. So what we would do from here, hang on, that belongs to that one. I should have used this one. So let's go with this colour. And remember, it's got to look as though the bark is all the way through. So it does help when I have the right one on. No, I'm still doing it wrong. Paint. Thank you. You'll just have to ignore my little bit of a thick moment there. Happens to the best of us. Just go all around like this. And then of course we can't do it that way. It doesn't work exactly the same as what it would on a painting program, so the quickest way for me to do it would be this way. There we are. And you want a darker colour, but not as dark, to actually do the rings inside the tree. So back to the paint, we don't want it to attach. And to make life a little easier later on, let's just go through with this. And of course we can put a little dot there in the centre. So the next thing we're going to do, we use this function here and attach, and this will extrude these parts for as tall as we want it. Say we want it to be around half height. And let's get the lighter one again. And of course this one in here needs to be done as well. There we are. And the darkest colour once again. So as you can see, that's like that now all the way through. That is just like a basic log. The next thing you want to do is to create the actual pieces that are coming out, the things that are going to be the roots of it. So you just get your brush and you start doing this. Now bearing in mind it's got to come down nicely this way. There we are. That looks a little bit more natural. You want it looking fairly natural. And of course we're going to do a little bit here as well, because we don't want this looking ridiculous, do we? There we are. And we'll do the same here, because we need to make sure that it looks believable. That looks quite reasonable. We'll go around, say we go about here. Let's erase that bit there. And to come round here. Right, so now we'll do another one for round here. This piece of software is absolutely brilliant for anybody who's just wanting to play about with this kind of modelling, and believe you me, this is far easier than attempting to learn Blender or something like that. And especially if you enjoy this kind of aesthetic, you will love this program, and I love this program. You can just do so much with it. There we are. And that's made that look quite natural. And of course, on here, you may think this looks a little too regular, so what you can also do is just add a little bit there. Just make it look a little bit more rugged, if you like. Because as we know, if you've got a tree anywhere, it's not going to look totally smooth, is it? And no tree that I've encountered is completely smooth. So you wouldn't expect this tree to be neither. And let's have some of these lines going up. As I say, we want this to actually look like a believable tree. It's just adding little details sometimes like this. It can make all of the difference to how well your project goes. See, like that there. Yes. Add another couple on there. One up there. One there. That's looking much more like it. Now for the next part, you get this colour. because this one's a little bit lighter, but not as light as any of them in here. And you press paint and you start doing wood patterns all the way down here like this. The idea behind this is you make it look as realistically wood-like as what you can. There we go. And we just go around and we will add these patterns. That's a little bit too straight of a line, as is that, to be fair. Let's do something about that. See, it's very easy to edit things in Magicavoxel. It really is a brilliant program for anything to do with that. There we go. No, actually straight down for that little speck. As you can see, that's given us quite a nice, realistic, barky sort of texture. Of course, we can still add in little bits that we're not happy with. It's always worth doing. It's just to make sure that it doesn't look completely unrealistic. I mean, of course, it's not fully realistic here, but there we go. Let's add some bits of sticking up wood on the top. Let's add some little bits there. And of course we want some on here. Because as you know, these things are not completely even, are they? You'd never see a tree completely flat after it's been lopped down. There we are. So that gives the impression as it's been there for a little bit of time. And of course we can always draw some different things on it. Let's say we want this to look as though it's been down a while and we've got some vines that are growing on it. So we just draw here. Some leaves. Just like that. That looks like a decent little leaf there at the top. And of course you can embellish. The details are on this if you wish. Make certain parts with slightly lighter voxels, as though the light is actually coming in and hitting these. Now you don't have to, but you can if you want to. It depends how detailed you want to go, really. And if you wanted to add a small flower, you could either represent that with a single voxel, or you could actually, you know, edit in something like, say, that. And that would look as though it's a small flower. And that's actually looking reasonably good. Yeah, that'll do me. That's looking quite nice. And if you think about what else you may find, you might find mushrooms around a tree like this. So if we choose a fairly pale colour, actually let's go with quite a pale grey. This one here is 20% grey. 2, 3. And so 2. And I have one here that's 1. And let's go for a dark red, because I think most people are familiar with mushrooms being a bit like this. Oh, I should have had this one down here on the floor. And we can have pure white for the spots on the mushrooms, which I can have there, add there, add there. Actually, I should have painted those. Okay. That will do for them. And sometimes you have mushrooms growing out to the side, and usually they're about roughly that colour. So what we can do here, now I need the attach function again. And they always sort of curl up a little bit like this. So if we make that mushroom do that, and we want another one, they don't all have to be the same size either. In fact, it's a little bit better if they're not, to be honest with you. There we are. So there's some mushrooms growing on the side. And you can put whatever you like around this, but this is basically a nice tree stump. You know, it looks good. I mean, you don't even have to choose these exact colours. You can choose any colours that you want, you know, depending on your project. It really does depend on what you would like. So, actually, I think this might be better without the tall ones like that. There we are, that looks a little bit better. Yep. Oh, I made a little mistake there. It's always worth having a look around your model, just in case you do make a little screw up like that. There we go. Just check I haven't made any more silly mistakes. No, I haven't. So 2 types of mushrooms. We've got a vine. If we want to add something else, let's say we can add a little bit of grass. It's quite realistic that you'd find some grass around. So you would do it like this. There we are, it's a bit of grass. So that no matter which angle you're looking at, you're going to see something that's going to be a little bit more than just this boring old tree stump. That's the thing when you're creating anything for any sort of 3D environment, you always need to be on the lookout for how things look from different angles. So always remember to rotate your work. There we go. And another little, actually may do something a little different here. And have it as though it's some kind of weed. Oh. And what I can do with this, just erase those. So it's basically as though the leaves are actually coming off the ground a little there, which you would like that in this sort of model. You don't want all of these pieces actually touching the ground, because if you do, it doesn't look quite as believable. So if you see that like that, actually I might just reattach that part. All the whole time you're just having a look at how things are going to be looking. Just taking a look at that. Then we're going to add a little bit of details in the darker colour actually for this, as though it's the stems. Actually, let's do this central part of the plant is going to be quite dark, and the outside leaves of the plant is going to be a little bit lighter. It sort of makes more sense, at least it does in my book. And then of course we can put a flower on if we want to, or we could just leave it as this. That'll do, because it looks like it's a different sort of plant anyway, which is what I'm aiming for. If you want to put anything on top you can do, but this is a big tree stump, so I'm going to save this. And it'll actually save it in that directory there. So if we would, whichever folder you have the Magicavoxel in, you click in Vox and you'll find that it's going to be in here, big tree stump, there we are. And so you see, that's the way that we make Magicavoxel models. Now I will do something else as well. Let's get a new project. There is also an animation function on this. I will do something very, very simple just to demonstrate the actual animation function. Right, so add, go across to the next one, add, add. Oh no, I've done it wrong now. But you can see you can flick between those two frames. So let's just get rid of this. Add. So now the 3 frames. As you can see, that spot, frame 2, it's stretching. Frame 3, it's back here. And if we wanted to do a little bit more on that, so we can attach, go all the way down here, add, add. So to all the frames, oh, I did that wrong. So this frame should actually be here, like this, and then add. So 5 frames. Now why hasn't that frame should be like that? Right, let's test it now. 1, 2, so we got frame 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And you can have as many frames as you want to on these animations. They're really cool. I mean, I really like them. There's no automatic play function whereby you could play the whole lot in sequence at a certain time, but you know, oh, didn't want that. That's for if you're doing larger scenes and stuff like that. But Magicavoxel is wonderful. It's got a lot more functions. Basically, I'd recommend this program to anybody. If you don't want the animation function, you just do that. This is basically all there is to this program. I mean, well, not quite actually. If we go back to the tree stump we made, there we go. There's one final thing I wish to show you. Click render. This could take a while. It all depends on the power of your PC. I mean, this one's reasonably powerful. Let's do a bit of a zoom in so you can actually see what it looks like a little bit better. I know that meant we had to restart that part again, but still. And that shows you, of course, what it looks like fully rendered. And you've got some options of materials here, and if you wanted to make a colour emissive, you could do so. And say, for instance, if we were to choose this colour, which is that one there, and we put emit. Oh, hold on, let's grab the colour first. No, it wasn't, it was that one. No wonder that wasn't working. Put the power, and you can make it so that it's glowing. Of course that doesn't apply to this here, but say for instance you're doing street lamps or something like that, you could put that back to diffuse. Of course you can make it glassy if you want to, or you could even have it transparent if you wanted to. Entirely up to you. Or you could make it metal. See, and I've got that that's now like a shiny surface. So we turn the metallic up, As you can see there, it looks like those are actually metal. Magicavoxel is, well, it's a wonderful program. You know, I would recommend this to anybody who is interested in doing some voxel art. It's got so many functions. There's quite a lot here that I never really use, but you know, it's here. Some other people probably know a bit more about it. There are other tutorials out there, but I mean, what I've done there is just, you know, it's just pretty basic stuff really. And when you're ready to save your model, you press that. If you want to save as, you hit that. So it's stuff like this that you can make, and I'll be honest with you, I love it. I love this program, and best of all, it's free and open source. You just type into your browser, download Magicavoxel, and you will actually find it'll come up. F. Tracy, that's the person who has programmed it. So yeah, I would go with that, and just play about with the program, and you'll soon pick it up. It's not a difficult program at all by any stretch. I mean, for any sort of 3D modelling in which you want voxels, certainly use it. You know, you can't go wrong. Literally cannot go wrong with this program. There are other voxel art programs out there. I mean, I did try Goxel. I wouldn't recommend Goxel at all because you can't import your own palette, and to me that's you know, especially since the palette that comes with it ain't even that great, to be honest with you. Meow. And I have a little puss asking for fuss. Where is it, Whiskers? I think that's, come on, I want attention. That's what that meow is, isn't it? You cheeky monkey. Monkey in a cat suit, that's what I call her. She's lovely. Right, I'll get going now. Obviously, if you like this video, you'd like to see more of this type of content, then just like and subscribe. And apart from that, I will see you guys very soon. Bye bye.